Pass the Heinz.
Advertising is something that is constantly circling around in our heads, and we don't even realize it. Marketing is so genius sometimes. We are buying products while humming the jingle that goes along with the commercial. These ads show the ups and downs of commercials and just how memorable they can be. Here are the top 10 memorable food commercials of all time. Kendall Jenner and Pepsi. This massive soft drink company hired reality star and model Kendall Jenner, half-sister of the famous Kim Kardashian, to star in their 2017 ad, Live for Now. The ad ended up being pulled from the air just one day after its release due to high criticism and scandal. The ad features a ton of youths protesting and showing peace symbols and signs saying, "Join the conversation." As the protest continues, Kendall is portrayed modeling and becoming interested in the protest she sees passing in front of her. She then decides to run from the photo shoot she's part of and join the protest and hand a patrolling policeman a Pepsi. The public did not respond well to this ad at all, especially because it was at the height of police brutality being publicized and the Black Lives Matter movement. After the ad was pulled, the commercial began to be parodied everywhere, including Saturday Night Live. Pepsi released a statement apologizing, saying they were trying to project a global message of unity, peace, and understanding. They acknowledged that they missed the mark and didn't intend to make light of the serious issue. They removed the content and apologized to Kendall Jenner too. Better luck next time.
My dad's making Kylie and I volunteer at this homeless shelter. It's the last thing I want to do right now.
If you haven't joined our notification squad yet, what are you waiting for? Show us some love and slam that subscribe button and ring that bell. Oh yeah, Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah!
The Kool-Aid ads featuring the pitcher man busting through a wall yelling, "Oh yeah," seem to define the 1990s as the ad of the decade. But this caricature has actually been around since the 1950s. Kool-Aid Man was created by Marvin Potts and has been accepted and used by General Foods ever since. Naturally, the look of the original character has evolved over time, but is nonetheless the same, generally speaking. The ads always featured kids in a playful state becoming parched for a drink and searching for the perfect thirst-quenching beverage. Kool-Aid Man would appear and save the day with his drink, leaving the children satisfied and happy.
Oh yeah!
Kool-Aid Man was so well received that he actually had a brief comic book series about his life. The Adventures of Kool-Aid Man ran from 1983 to 1985. Although it was short-lived, it was still a major accomplishment considering he originated as a character for advertising. One of the most memorable accreditations of Kool-Aid Man was actually by Time magazine, in which they included him in the list of top 10 creepiest product mascots, saying, "Our biggest gripe with the Kool-Aid Man, why did he have to cause such a mess every time he entered the scene?"
Oh yeah!
Mentos, the Freshmaker. A Mentos advertisement was featured in the background of the hugely popular 90s flick Clueless, starring Alicia Silverstone. The Mentos ads were widely received in the USA and Canada. It consistently kept the same type of theme, showcasing the mint as being a problem solver. The ads usually depicted something going wrong throughout the actor's day, and popping a Mentos results in the issue getting resolved. The ads were really upbeat and wholesome and really caught on publicly. The ads became so popular that they were actually parodied, increasing their popularity even more.
Mentos, the Freshmaker.
Mentos is available in other countries besides Canada and the US, like Egypt and Morocco, but the size of the mint actually is a lot smaller than the version that is sold in North America. Either way, the public still manages to love the minty and refreshing taste of a candy that has great marketing strategies. The Simpsons Butterfinger. The Simpsons. You may remember the popular commercial catchphrase spoken by the famous Bart Simpson, "Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger." Well, this phrase was born for the advertisements for the peanut butter chocolate bar who featured the most popular cartoon characters from a series of all time, The Simpsons. There have been over 100 different commercials for the chocolate bar featuring the popular cartoon characters. The ads would air on the same networks that aired The Simpsons show, naturally. The main theme of most of the commercials depicted Bart's Bart's father, Homer, trying to get the Butterfinger bar but failing. Bart would end up with the candy bar and declare that famous line,
"Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger."
Homer is known as being overweight and addicted to food, so this fit nicely with the not-so-healthy food choice, the Butterfinger. Bart always seems to frustrate Homer in the Simpson series, so the ads really reflected the way the world already recognized the characters as being. The Simpsons Butterfinger ads first aired in 1988 and continued until February 19, 2007. Butterfinger's marketing did an excellent job in securing a widely loved cartoon family to advertise with and ensure popularity and exposure for the candy.
Aw, the Denver Broncos!
Grey Poupon.
This has mustard on it. Peekaboo doesn't eat mustard.
You would never think that a bottle of mustard would become so popular in culture based on the creative commercial for it, but Grey Poupon managed to do so. The advertisement first appeared on television in the 1980s and is still remembered today. It correlates the mustard with economic status and wealth. The ad depicts two very expensive Rolls-Royce cars rolling up next to each other, and the windows roll down. The gentleman says, "Pardon me, would you have any Grey Poupon?" The other responds, "But of course." They exchange the mustard. The overall theme of the ad was that you do not need to be rich to enjoy high-quality mustard. The scene was also spoofed in the hugely popular movie Wayne's World.
Reginald! I disagree!
Since 1992, Grey Poupon has been referenced in hip-hop songs for exquisite status and taste. Some famous rappers that mention the mustard in some of their songs include Kanye West, Jay-Z, Kendrick Lamar, and T-Pain. The mustard has expanded over the years and has grown, featuring different tastes, including coarse-grain mustard, spicy brown mustard, as well as honey mustard. It genuinely is a delicious product and continues to be purchased on a regular basis, especially thanks to great advertising.
It's on the door. What, this yellow stuff? No, I said mustard, Jerry. Dijon.
King of Pop. The year was 1983, and Michael Jackson had cemented his crown as the King of Pop. On the heels of Thriller, which sold an astronomical 66 million copies and produced 7 top 10 singles, Pepsi signed MJ to what was, at the time, a very lucrative endorsement deal. At $5 million, the deal included sponsorship for the Jacksons' Victory Tour, as well as doing 2 Pepsi television commercials. After the release of the first commercial, Pepsi saw an upswing in sales and began planning the second ad.
Yo, ding dong, man. Ding dong, yo.
The ad was to involve scenes of the Jacksons playing on stage, and things could not have gone worse. In January 1984, after filming several takes of the stage performance footage for the new commercial, a pyrotechnic accident turned the set into chaos. As Michael was performing and coming down a set of stairs, sparks from one of the stage effects caught Michael's hair on fire. We're not talking just a little singeing. This was a full-blown fireball. Perhaps the gel used in MJ's hair had an impact on the severity of this accident? An ambulance was called, and Michael had to be treated for severe burns to his scalp, face, and body. This is said to be the beginning of Michael's overindulgence in plastic surgeries and the use of regular pain medication. Even after such a traumatic event, Michael Jackson continued to work with Pepsi until the early 90s, paving the way for the huge Pepsi celebrity endorsements of today.
You won't get no dessert till you clean off your plate, so eat it.
Yo Quiero Taco Bell.
Taco, taco, burrito, burrito, taco, taco.
This has been one of the best ads to ever appear on television. The Mexican fast food restaurant came out with a marketing campaign featuring a chihuahua declaring, "Yo quiero Taco Bell," meaning I want Taco Bell. The dog was actually named Gidget and lived for 15 years, from 1994 to 2009. This breed of dog fit perfectly with the restaurant, as chihuahuas are commonly associated with the country of Mexico. There were mixed emotions when it came to the public's reception of the mascot. Some people were offended, thinking that the dog was portraying a massive stereotype, so he was not well received. For the most part, many people were amused by the dog and embraced this type of advertising. The dog became a huge part of popular culture, was depicted in comedic movies, and even toy figures of the dog began to be made and sold. The dog advertisements did not last forever. The end came on October 23, 2004, and those commercials have never been used again. Many people thought the ad stopped because the dog died, but dear Gidget didn't pass away until July 21, 2009 due to a stroke at his trainer's home. He will forever be remembered. Rest in peace, Gidget.
If I
Paris Hilton's Carl's Jr. Burger commercial.
New York City is exciting, though, isn't it?
I was born here, yeah.
Yeah, good for you. How'd you like being in jail?
There's no doubt that most companies grab the most popular celebrity of the moment to endorse and advertise their product. When blonde Paris Hilton held the #1 spot for being a famous celebrity, the fast food company Carl's Jr. chose her to be in their new jalapeno hamburger ad. The commercial was really risque and shocked viewers. She is shown in a barely there swimsuit, washing a car and spraying a hose all over herself. Let us remind you, this is a hamburger that is trying to be sold. Her catchphrase, "That's hot," went hand in hand with the spicy burger. The public was not so responsive to this ad as it came out totally raunchy and tasteless.
Have you ever clocked in anywhere before?
No.
Have you ever had a real job?
No.
Okay.
New Zealand television even banned the commercial from being aired in their country because it was so tacky. The executive vice president of the hamburger company tried to explain the ad's logic by saying, "The ad plays more like a music video than a typical television commercial. And the message is very simple. Paris, the situation, and the spicy barbecue $6 burger are hot." She fascinates Carl's Jr.'s most loyal customers, young, hungry guys, as well as young, hungry gals. The ad did one thing aside from selling hamburgers. It got some tongues wagging.
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
Domino's The Noid. Sometimes it is all about cartoon characters that help sell products best. Domino's latched onto this fabulous idea when they decided to introduce the Noid to the scene, and it has yet to be forgotten. The Noid was a character the pizza company made up to recognize the annoyance felt when a pizza takes forever to be delivered. The 1980s cartoon represented how frustrated and angry people got at late delivery, and it helped to emphasize that their pizza was delivered in 30 minutes or less. The company decided to guarantee customers of a delivery within 30 minutes, or the order would be free once the pizza arrived. As this is not a great money-making scenario for a company, this idea was kept but reduced to just taking $3 off of the original order price if a late delivery happened. There were consequences to this crazy sales idea, though, and they were not necessarily good ones. The delivery drivers began to drive recklessly and in panic, thinking that their order would be late. The advertisements then had to be aired in more suburban environments and not jam-packed cities where it is increasingly difficult to get around. Another horrendous impact of the Noid was in 1989 when a mentally ill man thought that the Noid represented him and decided to get revenge. He entered a Domino's in Georgia with a gun and held employees hostage for over 5 hours. Thankfully, the hostages were able to escape. Britney Spears with Pepsi. Britney Spears, the pop sensation of the world, starred in more than one Pepsi commercial, and they were all complete perfection. She looked absolutely amazing. Her hit songs were playing, she did remixes, included a Pepsi jingle, and even did a little dance number for us. She has also teamed up with other hit pop stars like Beyonce and Pink, and they absolutely crushed another ad for Pepsi together as a trio. Britney Spears is one of the most famous pop stars of all time, and it was a no-brainer that one of the leading soft drink companies around the world would quickly sink their advertising teeth into this moneymaker.
That's not Britney Spears. It's a man, baby.
In 2002, Britney helped make a commercial that had the idea of now and then. It recreated ads throughout time and ended with Britney's style circa 2002 when it aired. Spears has reflected on her long career with Pepsi, and her overall emotions are happiness and pride. She really did do a great job for sales and for the company in general. It's no question that Pepsi signed over some hefty checks for the singing sensation of the time.
I want this wig! Come on!
What's your favorite food commercial? Let us know in the comments below. And be sure to click on another one of our great videos. You can now become an official Babble Topper. Click on the join link in the description below to find out more.